Let me say this very clearly. The UK Labour government is attempting to ban crypto political donations. And whether they admit it or not, this move looks designed to cut off the funding to reform UK and slow down Nigel Farage's momentum before the next general election. This is not about transparency. This is not about protecting democracy. And this is definitely not about money laundering. This is about political control, fear, and stopping a challenger before they get too powerful. And today, we're going to break it all down calmly, logically, and honestly. Because if this was really about fairness, consistency, and clean politics, then why target crypto now? Why does this only seem to hurt one party? And for transparency on my part, I am not a Reform UK supporter. I am not a Labour Party supporter. In fact, I don't feel I fit in with any political party here in the UK right now. I could find parts of every party's manifesto that I would agree with, and then I will find parts of every party's manifesto that I would deeply disagree with. This isn't about my political views. This is about how the UK government is right now attempting to use crypto to stifle and damage politics in the UK when they can see somebody turning up to affect the status quo and possibly dethrone Labour in the next general election. And that is dangerous. So let's talk about it.
I am not a financial advisor. This video is based solely on my opinion on what I'm personally doing in this market. I also want to let you know that some of the links below and in the descriptions are affiliate links, meaning I may get a commission, but it will be at no extra cost to you. Please remember that under no circumstances will I ever contact you and ask you for investments. You can confirm all of my real social media handles in the description and also at milkshakematty.com. This content is for educational and entertainment only, and I'm not a financial advisor.
So let's start with the facts. Senior backbench MPs from the Labour Party have publicly called for an outright ban on cryptocurrency donations to political parties and politicians, not tighter reporting, not better identity checks, not stricter thresholds, an outright ban. This proposal is being pushed under the banner of protecting democracy, preventing foreign interference, ensuring transparency in political funding, all noble sounding reasons. But politics in the UK isn't about what people say, it's about who benefits. And that's where things start to get interesting. Here's the key question nobody is asking loudly enough today, in my opinion. Which political party actually benefits from crypto donations in the UK right now? The answer is not Labour. The answer is not the Conservatives. And the answer is not the Lib Dems. It's Reform UK. Reform UK is the most openly pro-crypto major party in the UK. They are actively courting the digital first voters, and they're willing to accept donations via modern financial rails. They are supported by a growing number of crypto founders, builders, and investors. So when you ban crypto donations, you are not leveling the playing field at all. You are removing one party's strongest funding advantage. And that party just happens to be our government's biggest emerging electoral threat. Now let's talk about the man at the centre of all of this, Nigel Farage. Love him or hate him, one thing is undeniable. Nigel Farage understands narratives, momentum, and voter psychology almost better than anybody in British politics right now. And crucially, he understands crypto. He has spoken positively about Bitcoin and digital assets, called for lighter regulation, framed crypto as an economic opportunity, not a threat. And he wants to see the UK positioned as a global crypto hub, rather than a country that's drowning in compliance and regulations. That puts him directly at odds with Labour's cautious approach, with heavy regulation, centralised oversight, risk first, innovation second thinking, and that difference matters. I want to talk about a moment that, in my opinion, changed everything. At Zebu Live, the UK's largest Web3 crypto conference, Nigel Farage took the stage. This is not a fringe event. This was full of developers, founders, investors, builders, funds, infrastructure players, the people actually building the next generation of financial technology. And Farage spoke about deregulation of crypto responsibly, making the UK competitive globally, attracting talent instead of pushing it offshore, and treating Web3 as an economic engine. And the response in that room? A standing ovation. That's not symbolic. That's a political signal. That moment told Labour something very uncomfortable. Crypto voters and crypto capital were starting to align behind a political challenger. And we know Farage's political stance, the one he's most famous for, is about immigration. He wants to stop the boats. It's very similar to what's happening in the United States of America when Trump wanted to build the wall and stop immigration. His views can be seen as very inflammatory and they will divide opinions heavily. But one thing he did manage to do was unite virtually the entire of the crypto space in the UK. And that is dangerous for the government. Let's clear something up. Crypto donations are not about anonymity in the way critics pretend. In reality, blockchain transactions are permanently recorded. Many donations are easier to trace than cash, and identity verification could be enforced at the point of on ramp. Transparency is technically solvable. So, why not regulate crypto donations instead of banning them? Because banning them is simpler for the government. And more importantly, banning means selective. Crypto donations currently allow grassroots fundraising, global supporters, non bank aligned donors, and challenger parties can bypass legacy systems. And that's dangerous if you're already in power. Ask yourself this: if Labour truly cared about clean money in politics, why are cash donations still allowed? Ask yourself that. It's a simple question, and we know the answer why. Why are shell company donations still allowed? We know why, because they benefit. Why do unions and institutions still get special treatment? They can still bring in cash. And why is crypto being singled out? Because crypto doesn't play by the old rules. It doesn't require permissions from banks, old financial institutions, political insiders, and that's exactly why it's being targeted. From a pure political strategy perspective, this move makes sense. If you are Labour, Reform UK is rising, polling is tightening, trust in institutions is falling, and younger voters are disengaged in politics completely. So what do? You don't debate reform's ideas, because at the moment, with the sentiment of the UK, they'll probably lose. You don't try to out innovate them, because the innovators are backing reform. And you don't try to win over crypto voters, because crypto voters already are angry with the UK government on so many fronts, like tax and regulations around crypto. Instead, if you ban crypto donations, you are cutting off the oxygen. No funding, no momentum, no visibility. And that's what this will look like. This is the part that should concern everybody, regardless of your political affiliation. If governments can ban political donations based on technology and not legality, then where does this stop? Today it's crypto. Tomorrow it could be stablecoins, tokenized assets, DAO linked to advocacy, crowdfunding digital movements. Where does it stop? This isn't about left versus right. And if you're watching this video thinking this is left versus right, you're missing the complete point of this video. This is about control versus challenge. The real fear here is not Bitcoin. It isn't Ethereum and it isn't blockchains. The fear is losing narrative control. Crypto represents decentralisation, financial independence, and opting out of systems and borderless value transfers. All things that weaken traditional political gatekeeping. And Reform UK is the first major party willing to openly embrace that. Now, to be clear, this ban is not law yet. It's being proposed, debated, and pushed politically. But the direction of travel is clear. And voters should be asking themselves these questions: who benefits? Who loses? And why now? Let me leave you with this. If Labour genuinely believed in a democratic fairness, they would regulate crypto donations, not ban them. If they believed in innovation, they would engage with the crypto community, not alienate them. And if this wasn't about Nigel Farage and Reform UK, they would not be targeting the one funding channel that disproportionately benefits their biggest rival. This doesn't look like protecting democracy to me. It looks like protecting power. And that kind of move, to me, stinks. I want to make one thing finally clear. I come from a working class background. I come from a staunch Labour family. Labour politics runs through the blood of my town and my family. Right now, I'm ashamed that a Labour government would try to pull such a move right now when they know it only benefits them. I just hope the rest of the Labour backbenchers have a backbone, don't try to protect their party, and instead look at what is correct and right. Because using these tactics to cut off funding to your biggest rivals for the next general election isn't just a low blow, it's a complete betrayal of UK politics and what is morally right. There is nothing democratic about what they're suggesting. None of this is safety based. This is all about power and it stinks. As it stands right now, I would never vote Labour again with people like this in the Labour Party. If you found this breakdown useful, give this video a like, subscribe for more UK focused crypto and political analysis moving forward, and drop me a comment down below. What do you think about this? Do you think it is democratic? Do you think they're just protecting themselves? Or do you think they've got a point? Crypto payments should not be made to parties. And if you do think that, answer me this. Why do they still support cash donations? Answer that. Is this about safety? Or is this about stopping the rise of a challenger? I'll see you on the next one. And remember this, the strength of the wolf is in the pack.